Alright, YouTube, so this is going to be part of my bio. If you guys want to hear more about me or whatever, then comment down in the comment section and I'll give a full bio. But this is just an explanation as to why I'm planning on doing my traveling nomadically. So, most people can't do that sort of thing, but I have the background and the history and the training and everything. Yeah, so I got the gear and everything I need to do it. I'm just going to do it pretty soon because there's no point in me spending the rest of my life living in a place I don't want to live in a condition I don't want to live in, doing stuff I don't want to do for the rest of my life, and working a job I don't want to work for the rest of my life. So, pretty soon I'm going to be taking off and doing a nomadic challenge. And it'll just be a nomadic challenge until I can work doing a job that I like enough that I'm able to make enough money to buy land, and then I'll live on my own land nomadically until I make enough money to patent my architecture, and then I'll be able to build my own architecture house on my own land, and then I'll start living in there, and then I won't have to live nomadically anymore. But yeah, that's my plan for the rest of my life. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done before I die. So, this is why I'm alright taking a risk and alright with the possibility of dying trying to do it, because I'm willing to take the risk to do it. So, anyways, I drew this picture upside down because I'm explaining this because nobody's watched my art video, I'm pretty sure, that did this. So I drew this upside down. This is how I actually drew this, upside down, with the picture that was facing right side up. We weren't allowed to turn the picture upside down, so you had to transfer it upside down. But this is the actual picture right side up. So yeah, this is a drawing I did in college, and we had to draw from a right side up picture upside down. So yeah, it was quite the challenge, and a lot of people did really bad, but I did really good enough I got an A on it. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I got an A on it, as you can see, because mine was one of the best. But anyways, that's the point. So, this is part of my bio. So, when I was in my early 20s, I started getting a lot of pain in my back, so I went and got the x-rays and the CAT scans and whatnot and that, and it came back that I had over a 30 degree curvature in my spine, and over an 18-degree curvature in the other curve of it, because if you know anything about scoliosis, one curve is going to be greater than the other one. So I had over 30, it was like 32 if I'm not mistaken, and then over 18, which was 18. I say over because it was between 32 and 33, and between 18 and 19 degrees. So yeah, curvature in my spine, and I was dealing with a lot of pain and whatnot, so I got into painkillers at the time to deal with it and cope with it, and I was doing physical therapy and stuff like that for it to try and help out with it. But they were telling me that I needed surgery, and then if I didn't get surgery I was going to die soon. But I did my research into the surgeries, and you had only like a 10% likelihood or less of actually getting a successful surgery the first time, and then after that you had like a 80 to 90% chance that you would have to get a second or more surgery. So yeah, that was like 90-something% chance. It depended on the person and also your condition, health and whatnot, as to what percentage chance likelihood you had that you would have to get another surgery. But it was just over 80% no matter what physical condition you were in. So yeah, you had an 80% fail rate, at least 80% fail rate in your surgery, and that you'd have to get another one, and then after that, it only increased your likelihood by like 70% of a fail. So like 30% at most that you would have a successful surgery after like 3 to 5 surgeries that you had. And then if you reached 7 to above 9 surgeries done, then you had a 70% likelihood or more that you would never get your back fixed, and you would be screwed, and you would be done, you would never be able to walk again. So it just didn't appeal to me. So I kept telling them, no, I'm not going to get surgery and whatnot. And they would get mad at me because they're like, oh, well, we can't help you with back braces and stuff like that, and corrective therapy and stuff like that anymore because you want to accept surgery. So I was kicked out of their physical therapy program and whatnot like that because I wouldn't accept surgery, which is whatever. So I went to doctors and whatnot, and I would just try and cope with the pain at least while I was doing my own sort of physical therapy to help me out with my back and that. And then Rick Scott and Marco Rubio passed the war against opioids. So then people that actually need it, like me, to survive and live properly and live a good life, couldn't get it anymore. Because now it was seen as, oh, we're drug addicts now all of a sudden, even though I have a chronic condition in that. So I had one doctor actually tell me that I should just go out of state and break the law and go and get the opioids in a different state and bring them back to Florida and take them because she said that I needed them, but that I couldn't legally be prescribed them in Florida because of stupid Marco Rubio and Rick Scott. They screwed me over with their laws that were outreaching so that actual patients that needed the drugs, opioids, couldn't get them. And it wasn't that I was into like high strength opioids or anything like that. I could only take low-grade opioids, so like hydrocodone or Vicodin, or, you know, those, there's 3 of them, but there's like Vicodin, hydrocodone, and I can't think of the third one, but it's like the highest strength that I could get, and it's like medium strength of all the other ones, because they would try and prescribe me morphine and stuff like that, because that was the only thing that they could legally prescribe me at that point in time was morphine. And morphine and Dilaudid, they were just too strong for me to take, so I couldn't take them. So they couldn't prescribe me any medicine, and then they started prescribing me these NSAIDs. And I took them for about a year or so, and then they tore me up and almost killed me. Tore up my insides and gastrointestinal tract. The entire length of my gastrointestinal tract was tore up and destroyed. So I had to stop taking them to survive and live and not die because of the NSAIDs. And then they just they started prescribing me opioids again because they saw that I couldn't take NSAIDs. And then the third time I'd have been prescribed opioids again, they said, oh, you're just a drug seeker, and they threw me out and whatnot. And I'm just a drug addict, they would say, and that, even though I had proof that, yes, it was medically necessary that I actually take them because of my back and pain and whatnot like that. So ever since then, I was like, I'm pretty sure I was 24 when this happened. So ever since 24 years of age till now, so approximately 4 to 5 years. Yeah, going on 5 years now. Well, it's probably closer to 4 years, just over 4 years. Yeah, just over 4 years now. I've just been having to deal with pain 24/7 constantly because I can't get opioids thanks to Marco Rubio and Rick Scott. But that's besides the point. That was just treating the effect of it, but there's no real cure for my disease. And some people will be like, oh, well, what about laser surgery, laser spine surgery? Well, laser spine surgery is for like scoliosis under 10 degrees or under 20 at most. Seeing as my spine is over 30 degrees, they won't be able to actually do the surgery on me because it's too excessive. So that's really out of the question. I'm out of the realm of being treated with laser surgery. It's too high of a degree of a curvature to treat. So that's out of the question. Even though they came out with that, the most they would be able to do would be able to reduce my curve to like 20%, over 20%. So that wouldn't really help me out in the long run. It would still be to the point where it's gonna kill me. So yeah, the doctors in that, they've given me a life expectancy of 35 years to 55 years of age at most, and right now I'm gonna be turning 29 this year in October. So I have approximately 6 to 26 years at most left in my life. So yeah, when you have probably only 6 years to live, you're not really gonna worry about taking risks and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I don't mind going out and doing this nomadic lifestyle challenge. And most people that do the nomadic life challenge, they end up dying out in the wilderness and stuff like that. But they do stupid things like they eat berries or whatever that they're not supposed to, or eat plants that they're not supposed to because they misidentify them. But I wouldn't be doing stuff like that. I would only be like eating grubs and insects and lizards and small animals like that, and fish, and substituting stuff like vegetables and fruits and stuff from actual stores and that. Or I might actually grow my own little garden in my nomadic shelter. So I'd have like multiple shelters, and I would just live between each of them that I've built, and that I would travel around a lot. So that would be nomadic because I wouldn't stay in one shelter for too long. But they would be semi-permanent shelters though, so it wouldn't be like extreme nomadic challenge. And I'll be working in that and making money, so even if it's just my own like hobby work that I can sell my hobby made items and that. So yeah, I'll probably end up doing that for a while until I can get like a job with the government or something there, like picking out trash or animal pickup or something like that. Maybe even doing like weed eating or blowing for the city that I'm going to be living near, and well, technically living in the city limits. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to be in Indiana doing the nomadic challenge pretty soon. And yeah, I'm going to be doing that because I don't want to just keep living the rest of my life that I have left in a job that I don't like, in a state that I don't like, living in a situation that I don't like. So yeah, I'm going to be out of here pretty soon. Within the next year or two, I will be in Indiana doing the nomadic challenge. And if I'm not able to make the means to get there by like a train or whatever, then if I get too old, then I'll just be walking over there. So yeah, I'll be walking from Florida to Indiana, and I'll be living nomadically from place to place until I make it to Indiana. So I'll be in Indiana by I'm 31 years old at the latest. So yeah, that would be like just over 2 years from now will be the latest that I'm in Indiana doing the nomadic challenge. But I haven't actually seen anybody do the nomadic challenge on YouTube, but people do it all the time. They do the nomadic challenge. They go and they try and live out in the wild, and a lot of people that do it are like into breatharianism and stuff like that. But in my next video, you'll see why I'm not into that sort of thing. I'm not doing this to back up breatharianism or veganism or anything like that. I'm actually going to be supplementing meat and stuff that I can't get out of the environment with stuff that I buy out of like stores and stuff like that. That'll be within distance that I can walk to them and get stuff like that. But part of my nomadic challenge is I'll be restricted to no cars, but it won't be out of the realm of possibility to get like a motorcycle or something like that. But yeah, it would have to be like a off-road / on-road motorcycle, and it would have to be powered by batteries and solar panels, because part of the nomadic challenge is leaving no trace in the environment. So you don't want to get like a gas powered motorcycle. It would be an electric motor from a motorcycle. So yeah, that won't be breaking the nomadic challenge, but a car would, because a car leaves an imprint because of how big it is in that. So you would have to like park it in place to place, and that really wouldn't be you living a nomadic challenge. But like a motorcycle on that can be off-road and on-road can be taken into where you're living from place to place in your nomadic challenge. Yeah, so that won't be out of the realm of possibility, and you'll be able to do that. But the thing about it is you would have to move your stuff and then come back and get your motorcycle and then move your motorcycle to the new location. So yeah, it wouldn't be you using the motorcycle to transport your stuff from place to place. It would just be you using your motorcycle to go to work or to get food or something like that. That would be the only time that you could use it. It wouldn't be to actually use it to travel from place to place, because that would be breaking the rules. That's why you can't have a car, because you would be tempted to throw your stuff in there and then drive from place to place. So like a motorcycle, you wouldn't be able to fit all your stuff in a motorcycle, so you can't do that. So you wouldn't be breaking the challenge rules by having a motorcycle. But it would have to be electric motor, because that's part of, you know, the nomadic challenge is to not affect the environment negatively. So yeah, I'll when I go to do my nomadic challenge, right before I do it, I'll write out the rules and I'll sit there and read them out to you guys if somebody else wants to do the nomadic challenge. But it is not for everybody. You have to have some sort of medical knowledge background, as well as some either camping experience or something like that along those lines, because you just can't be the average person and go out and do a nomadic challenge. You'll die. You know, you got to have the right skill set to be able to do this challenge. So yeah, I'll leave the rules in a video on my channel for anybody that has the right skill set and that wants to do it, can do it. Yeah, so that's just a little bio and background information and what I'm going to do for my challenge on my YouTube. And I'll still be doing cleaning up the environment, like my Picking Up Trash series, and I'll still be doing my other videos and that. What I'll do is I'll go to like open Wi-Fi and don't download my videos and that. So that won't be out of breaking the challenge rules, because part of the challenge is actually documenting it and putting it on YouTube so that people can see what you're doing and going through it. It'll be kind of like the videos that Primitive Technology does. If you don't know what Primitive Technology is, you can go watch their channel. I'm pretty sure it's called Primitive Technology. If I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comment section, or I'll go ahead and put it in the description, their channel name. But yeah, or something like that, or comment it. I don't know. But anyways, they're in my channel list. But they do like Primitive Technology, where they build like their own fireplaces and stuff like that. They build their own fish ponds and build their own huts and whatnot like that. So yeah, I'll be showing how I build my own shelters and that, and how I survive in the environment living nomadically. But that'll be a little while down the way in my channel. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll keep giving some updates along the lines of when that is more likely to happen. And yeah, I'll go ahead and show all my gear that I'm going to take with me. I probably won't be taking climbing gear unless I'm going to actually have to walk from Florida to Indiana, because Indiana really doesn't have the mountainous environment that I'll need that climbing gear in that, so I probably won't be taking climbing gear with me. So my climbing gear backpack that you probably or might have seen in another one of my videos, I'm actually going to be selling that pretty soon, unless of course I'm going to be walking to Indiana, and then I'll keep that, because from here to Indiana there's a lot of mountains, and you know, just as a in case. But I'm smart about stuff like this. If I see like a valley and a mountain like that, I'll walk around, and I'm in no rush, so I'll take the safest route and take the extra day or two to walk around the mountain instead of using my climbing gear. My climbing gear would only be used if I get like in a point of no return, which means you can't go back and you can't go forward without the climbing gear, so you have to use the climbing gear at that point in time. But that would be the only time I would use it. It would be like a last resort type thing. Alright, so yeah, this is my bio/update video on my challenge. Alright, see ya.